Welcome back. We're headed into the last section of our class, which focuses on life cycle nutrition. For the next two chapters, we're going to be studying pregnant women and women who are breastfeeding, infants and young children, and finally, older adults. First, we're going to start with pregnancy. Nutrient needs change throughout the life cycle, and there is no more exciting or nerve-wracking time in a woman's life than when she's pregnant. And of course, nutrition plays a huge role in a healthy pregnancy. One big myth we're going to dispel, though, is that when a woman is pregnant, she's eating for two. It's simply not true. In fact, in the first trimester, caloric needs for a woman do not increase at all. In the first trimester, a woman is only expected to gain a few pounds, maybe 2 or 3 pounds. Total weight gain for a woman, a normal weight woman during pregnancy, is 25 to 35 pounds. And as we've talked about all semester, the most important foods will be those nutrient-dense foods: whole grains, fruits and vegetables, dairy, lean proteins, and the plant-based fats and oils. For an infant, their sole source of nutrition for about the first 6 months of life is breast milk or infant formula. Breast milk is the preferred food source if it's at all possible. Infants don't need any other foods or beverages if they're getting adequate amounts of the breast milk or infant formula. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends breastfeeding up to 1 year time frame if possible. At around 4 to 6 months is when we start introducing solid foods to infants. It's usually an iron-fortified rice or grain-based cereal. And then we start introducing foods one at a time in order to test for allergies. We're going to add in vegetables, fruits, and protein foods. As an infant continues with breast milk or infant formula for up to 1 year of age, we can start weaning to cow's milk at 1 year. And then the toddler will drink whole milk up to age 2. At 2 years of age, we can transition into low-fat milk. And as an infant moves into that toddler phase, their appetite can start to drastically fluctuate. And this is when I start hearing about parents referring to their kids as picky eaters. The number one concern I hear from parents is that their kids are not eating enough. If a child is growing adequately, so gaining height and weight based on the growth charts, then they're getting enough food to eat. Sometimes picky eaters are toddlers that are really just flexing their independence with food, and also again due to that changing appetite. They have a smaller appetite than they used to. As we move into adolescence, two major nutrients of concern are calcium and iron. Let's think about calcium for a minute. What kind of beverages do kids drink these days? They drink a lot of sodas, fruit juice, energy drinks, even coffee drinks, and kids are drinking less milk than they used to. So every time a child drinks a beverage other than milk, they're missing out on the opportunity for the protein, for the calcium, and the other vitamins and minerals that milk provides. In terms of getting your kids to eat healthy, though, the best thing that you can do is to set an example by eating healthy foods yourself. Let's talk about older adults. At about the age of 30 or 40, a calorie needs decline by about 5% per decade. You'll start hearing people talking about their metabolism slowing down as they get older. And to a certain extent, that's true. So if our caloric needs are declining, do our nutrient needs decline as well? Not necessarily. It's still important to get enough of those nutrients to meet our need. Once again, those nutrient-dense foods are going to be really important for older adults. Another area of concern is hydration. Our thirst mechanism tends to become less precise as we get older, and dehydration is a major cause of visits to the emergency room and hospitalization for seniors. So we want to make sure that they're drinking enough beverages. And finally, malnutrition can be a huge concern, especially for older adults living in nursing homes and living alone. So have fun with these last two chapters. Enjoy. You're on the home stretch.